Yeah, so hello everybody, my name is Akinfish and thank you again for subscribing to my YouTube channel. So somebody asked if I could do a video about snail farming, and that's what we brought to you here today. All right, so I wanted to mention 5 things for you to look out for as you start your snail farming. All right, so as you can look around me, you can see that this place has been deliberately kept to be cool in this environment. So we've got the roof, we've got the concrete slabs that we use to do our arches, and if you can just look inside here, you can also see how the snail farm is, the environment is kept to be damp. All right, so there's a reason why your snail actually comes out in the evenings and why you catch them after rain is because the environment is cool enough for them to come out. So you want to make sure that as you start your snail farming, you are thinking like that. You are keeping an environment that is cool and calm for your fishes, for your snails. All right, you see me saying fish because I'm a fish farmer. Number two that I wanted to mention is that you want to make sure that it's an environment where the moisture is not too much. All right, so for instance, if you are doing a concrete arch for them, you want to put a hole where the water can actually drain out from. All right, and you want to avoid too much moisture. Number 3 is how you want to make sure that sometimes it's a good idea for you to actually floor the ground so that ants don't come in. All right, there's this way these ants just used to find their way into all of these places. So just floor the ground and make sure you now introduce sand, and that sand that you introduce should be sterilized. All right, it should be sterilized. So whatever you want to use heat, you want to use however you need to sterilize the ground, the sand, you want to sterilize the sand. All right, and then of course people usually ask what do they eat and stuff like that, and people do compounded feeds. I don't know how economical that is. Maybe a more economical way would be for you to make an arrangement with a fruit or vegetable seller, cabbage, cucumber. All right, maybe the waste, just make an arrangement that maybe every last day of the week you go and pack them and then you flood your snail pens with it. All right, so great. So I wanted to show you the full scope of our pen. This is where we keep the adults or the growers or the breeders or whatever you want to call them. When they mate, we remove the eggs. We have a couple of these pens with snails in them. As you can see, we keep quite a lot of them. But we also have some pens that we keep only for the eggs. We make this one warmer. We keep them in cartons and keep them in shallow pens with this carton. Bury them with small soil so that they can hatch properly. So I was going to show you the two maybe most popular types of snail breeds currently. This is the Achatina marginata. It's supposed to be the hybrid and supposed to be the one that grows the biggest and probably the most efficient for you to raise. This is Achatina, and the difference between them is that whilst you can see that this one is long and pointed, this one is well rounded off. All right, and then this one also produces sporadically, and this is probably what you see around that you pick off your walls and etc. So yeah, that is. If you have any other questions, you can drop them in the comment section. You also know that you should be very patient. All right, snail is a very patient business. You know the time it takes for them to move from these eggs to hatch and then move to this giant size snail that you can see here in my hand. It'll probably take you maybe like 1.5 years. So I mean, it's a long-term business. All right, don't think that this how can I make money in 6 months, 3 months? Those are the kind of questions I used to see in my comment section. Please just make sure that you understand it's a patient business. All right, and I'm your favorite Nigerian youthful fish farmer. If you have any other questions, you can drop them in the comment section. I will be willing to listen and maybe get somebody else come and speak about snail farming. All right, so yeah.